Folks, believe it or not, it's day 3, and we have made it to Electric Forest through a little bit of inclement weather, a little rain, a little thunder, and a little bit of character, as we call it. And here we are with Minor, all the way from
Los Angeles.
the sunny state.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting down today, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
It's my pleasure. Before the interview, we had a chance just to talk of some of your impressions of Electric Forest so far, the ambiance, the shenanigans, the ballyhoo.
Absolutely. I mean, I said it's probably the best festival we've ever been to, and it's just
Confirmed.
gorgeous art, great stages, very cool.
Yeah, we've had a great time. I mean, I can't believe we haven't even played yet. We feel like we've been here a week and just getting into it.
You're touching on something great. A lot of people, you come and you perform a place, but you might not have the opportunity to be a fan in that place, to practice in the temple. And you guys have had an opportunity to practice in the temple before you play it. And I think that's kind of a cool, sacred rite of passage where you know just what you're getting into. So by the time you step on stage, you're fucking righteous.
Yeah, we had a lot of friends tell us that we should come early and spend some time here. So they weren't wrong.
Hey, thumbs up, friends. Great job. Any artists you've seen so far that blew your mind a little bit or surprised you? Or?
I feel like we've just been running around all the stages listening to everybody.
Catch about a song and then stare at some rain clouds in the forest, and then run around, see another song.
Kind of like a cat chasing around.
You got it.
Objects.
Yeah. Just
Ooh,
chasing
what's
it.
over there? Oh, what's that over there?
Why make any commitments?
Exactly.
All right. So, someone who's never heard your sound before, what are some cool things about you that make it uniquely you, if you will?
Well, first off, we're a family band. This is my wife, Kate. My brother, Jeremy, is also in the band, so there's that. And we're kind of a folk rock band, so it's a bit of a throwback to the old family folk bands of the 60s, I guess.
If you guys could take the stage with any family folk band of the 60s, who would it be?
Ooh.
These are like the games we play in the car.
The interviews like that.
I don't know. Family folk band. That makes it harder. That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Baby.
Maybe.
Family folk. Oh, I guess that does narrow it down. I was going any folk band, but
Depends.
Justin?
I don't know. I actually can't answer the question. I don't know.
What if I take away family from folk band?
Well, then I'm going to go with maybe Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, if I got to play with anyone in the 60s, I'd be pretty stoked.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sign right there. If you're playing a Crosby, Stills & Nash song, would it be one of yours or would it be one of theirs?
I don't know. Depends.
Showdown.
In this fantasy, I suppose it could be one of our songs.
I mean, why not? It's a fantasy.
I mean, if we're playing in the 60s, we might as well be playing our music.
You already found a time machine. Might as well be bringing something back to the 60s, right?
Exactly.
Oh, man. If you could only hear one last song before you die, what would it be?
Something from Sigur Rós for me. I've always thought that's the song, I want to die listening to their album.
I'm going to say Day in the Life, Beatles.
That makes me so happy. So later today, Green Sky Bluegrass is playing, and they do a Day in the Life.
Really?
Nice.
That's unbelievable.
Yes. Fantastic.
They're a big time homie favorite here. Can you guys, if you could say thank you, express your gratitude to someone in your life that wasn't one of you for your commitment and enduring through the journey to be an artist, through the tough times. Who would it be?
You want to go first? Or?
I would probably say both of my sisters, because they were always the ones that encouraged me, and they made a lot of fun of me, but they were always the ones that were like, no, Kate, you really can do it. Just keep going, you're fine. So they've always been really my inspiration. I have an older sister and a younger sister, but they're both kind of like older sisters. They're way more responsible than me, so.
I'd have to say my parents. I mean, they always encouraged this really crazy, stupid job and let me pursue it for a decade before it was making any money, and now it's happening. So
how'd you guys meet?
We met her first day of school at college at USC.
Yeah. You were a professor?
Her party professor.
He showed me the ropes.
Mrs. Robinson of sorts.
Yeah, I did a little cradle robbing and got her before it was too late.
Yeah, 10 years later and 4 years of marriage.
Yeah, so it's been a bit.
Yeah, well, congratulations. If you could be on a boat for one more month recording an album with any current band, who would it be?
Wow.
Maybe like Tame Impala would be pretty cool.
Ooh, that would be good.
Radiohead
Radiohead, maybe. I just want to see
if
him
you
work.
could. I would just
Remember,
watch him
these are your
work.
fantasies. You don't have to keep, just settling for what's attainable.
That's true.
Decide what to be and go be it. There is no spoon, my friend. Time is now a person is you. And we're off to see the Wizards.
What was
you
your
want?
I would wait. Are we anyone like ever that played music?
I'd like them to still be alive. It'd be more fun on the boat.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were going
I like
back
characters.
So,
this
but-
isn't the time machine. This is a boat.
See, I was going to take the time machine back to the 60s.
Now,
and rent a
now
boat.
you're getting selfish. I've created a world, and you're really trying to define it. How dare you outplay God?
Well, I would say I'd want to work with Radiohead. I would go on a boat with Radiohead.
Yeah, unless you just want to party or something. Maybe like the Flaming Lips would be a fun boat.
Officially get your beard on.
That's right.
Yeah.
A confetti boat.
Now we're really expanding our horizons. And
Yeah, let's get into this fantasy.
Yeah, why wouldn't we? Why would we is there? Do you guys have kind of like a bucket list festival or venue or something that you're super stoked?
Well, honestly, this was on the list, and now today it will be checked off.
Yep.
For us, I'd love to play the Greek in Los Angeles. That's kind of our hometown and the coolest theater out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardly Strictly Bluegrass would make your mom happy for the rest of her life.
Red Rocks would
Mom's
be
happy,
nice.
everybody's happy, right?
Yeah.
Red Rocks would be cool, yeah.
There's a cave somewhere I saw someone playing. I want to play that. I think it's in Kentucky or something. I want to play in that cave.
We want to play the cave.
Let's get the cave. Let's work on that Mammoth Cave show.
Yeah.
You guys could have like a cameo of someone just on stage dancing with you, no musical contribution, or maybe musical contribution, something like Will Ferrell on a cowbell, or you know, any idea who you'd like to bring into a show for theatrical purposes, or just nonsense.
Who do you want dancing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to say Daniel over there dressed up really funny. I mean,
Yeah, there was a.
How are we dressing him up? Come on, let's play with this.
I
We
think
want the
if we
full
could,
bodysuit,
if we could
like
find
the
the full,
spandex
some kind
thing.
of funky bodysuit with wings,
Ooh,
I think
nice.
that would be.
That would be
And
great.
now that we're talking about it, I feel like
Seems
it
like a
could
possibility.
happen.
Like all of a sudden,
It
planted
should
that
happen.
seed.
I mean, we
Right.
talked
just gotta
about
water
it.
it. It was just raining. It'll grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it out there in the world. This is interesting. Okay. Maybe Electric Forest next year. We can
That's
get
right.
Daniel
We had to prepare a little more for that, though. It's going to be
out there with us.
Sometimes the spontaneous dancing is the way to go.
He'll descend from the trees like on a wire and land on the stage to
Yeah.
start the set.
Yeah. We're half there. You know,
All
this is
right.
more than most people have to write a Hollywood script. Yeah. There's some questions. We'll kind of get to them. I'm weeding my way through my thought process. Sometimes it's slower. Sometimes it's bigger. All right, we'll just do this one. The last song you'd like to hear before you. No, I asked you.
No, we
that.
did that.
If you could only have one lyric tattooed on you.
Ooh. All you need is love.
Yeah, okay. So my first one was while my guitar gently weeps.
Oh, nice. You're on the train then.
Yeah, on the train. Family folk bands. You guys like the Avett Brothers?
Yes.
Sing that way.
Yes.
So I have
of
the
course.
lyrics decide what to be and go be it on my left and right wrist.
Nice.
Go
Scott
be
and
it,
Seth
good.
have a
Yeah.
big deal with like who I am and made the commitment I've made to
Fantastic.
life, and I've had a lot of really awesome exchanges with them. Where like
Awesome.
I gave them a sign and they're like for me, and they're stoked, and they take it on stage, and like the
Oh,
publicist comes up to
awesome.
me and she's like, "You're an Avett Brothers fan?" And she's like, "You're the biggest celebrity here." I was like, "Can I interview them? I've been trying it for a while." She's like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, so they're really great. And I went to school in North Carolina, but I didn't meet them until after. But it was such because I used to be a baseball player. Like I thought I was gonna play baseball for a living. I'm a giant with through gas, and tore my rotator cuff, hurt my arm. And it wasn't until like their song "Head Full of Doubt, Road Full of Promise," "If You've Been Loved by Someone Who Never Rejected," decided what to be and go be it. And it was like, what are you doing? What are you good at? Commit to yourself again.
Yeah.
Like repurpose yourself. It's like
Absolutely.
sometimes hard. Like you guys know the way you pursue a dream with all your love and heart, and like when that's out the door, it's kind of hard to know where you're gonna go next, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's the reason we make music is to hope, that people have those kind of experiences. It's just a way to connect to people
Yeah.
on a level that I don't know, only music lets you connect to people that way. There's something about, you know, taking a poem and putting some music behind it that it gets deeper in your heart.
Yeah, I had a great interview last year with the Accidentals. They're from Traverse City, and they talked about we come here to make moments for other people that they can hold on to later when times are tough, and you know, and you can be like, no matter how bad this is, we had Electric Forest, and we had those times. You guys think of any moments where fans have come up to you to express gratitude for a song that's like gotten them through a very tough time?
Guys.
And
yeah, we had a few guys come out in Colorado in Steamboat Springs. They drove, I don't know how many hours from Fort Collins up to see us, and they said that they had just come back from a tour in Afghanistan, and there were snipers that sat and listened to our album on repeat, and it was the only way they could stay sane out there. And so they were all like making a night of it and coming out to see us, and we just took them back. We had a full house that night, and we took them back and partied all night with them. It was just a great night.
It was amazing. It was just cool to hear, you know, that the music was giving someone some relief over there in a horrible environment, you know.
Right.
It's why you do it. So
yeah, and I've always said, like, musicians are kind of the oldest medicine people, right? Like the most early form of healing, where you're just like, you know, you're putting it out there for someone to absorb.
Absolutely.
It's a chance to like connect with people to promote that healing.
Music makes you feel less alone because everybody can feel what you're feeling, and then, you know, when you're not alone, it's a lot better.
So Kate had kind of a health scare with her family this last year while we were making the record, and Kate was actually, while we recorded it, we were
finding out if I was gonna like have this disease that was gonna make me die sooner.
So
I would have only had 20 years left instead of, like, it kills you before you're 50. And my sisters had a 50% chance each. I have a 50% chance. I don't have it, but both my sisters do. And we did the testing process while we got my blood drawn. We went and made the album, and we came back. And the day after we came back, I got my results, and they were negative, and we were all super stoked. So then we drove right away to get my sister's results, and they waited because they're like, we don't want to get our results while you're recording. You just go focus on your art, and let's do this together. That's also why they're kind of my heroes too, and people that support me, because they waited on their lives so that we could finish this record, and not, they're like, we're just worried about you and your mental state up there. Let's just do it all together.
And Swan Song is just kind of about saying, I'm not going to say goodbye, you're going to make it. I'm not singing a swan song, basically, is the line.
And, you know, that whole experience, it was really horrible, and it had a kind of hard outcome, but it also just we thought so much about, what are we doing with our lives? Is this where we want to be? If we only have this much time left, how do we change things? And we had this cool moment where we were like, we wouldn't. So it's okay, because we're doing what we're doing, and if we have less time, we better, like, you know, go backpacking some more.
And you're saying it's on this new album.
New album. Yeah, it's called Tuanaki, and it's named after an island in the South Pacific that disappeared during the 19th century when there were sailors exploring, and they could never really find it. And while we were making it, we were also kind of looking for something we couldn't find, which was feeling normal and not thinking about this health problem. And so that song kind of became the theme of the whole record, of just looking for something that you're not really sure was ever there, and you're trying to get back there, but it might not happen.
Well, I'm real happy you guys didn't have to go on that journey on your own. A lot of people make those journeys, and they might not have the person by their side, the family that's as close, and it's really special that you can kind of turn that into your mutual creative process. And now, when you share that to the world, there is so much good energy and healing in that, and you're a beacon of light that's going to shine to people who are going through a million of similar, you know, but different circumstances.
I think that feeling a lot of people have is, you know, where is life going to take me, and oh no, like, what if it's all, you know, going to go away? But what if that doesn't matter, and you just should be in the moment, because, you know, anything can go away in a second.
I mean, because if it's going away in a second, I should be enjoying in these last few seconds.
Exactly.
And, you know, that's why we look around the room, and I see your husband and your brother, and I see my two best friends, and we're here at Electric Forest, and, you know, getting ready for your exciting show. You know, just another day at the office.
Just another day at the office, right?
Well, thank you so much, guys. You rock. This is Minor, and just in case you were looking for one, this is a good sound with Sound and Silence, day 3 of Electric Forest. get some.